Welcome to Coffee Talk. It's another beautiful day and I've got my coffee. So let's watch some stuff. As usual, stick around to the very end for my cutting room floor.
Why are there pyramids all over the world? They must have known something about pyramids that the rest of us haven't caught on yet. In the Great Pyramid in Egypt, King's Chamber and the Queen's Chamber, two of those chambers are made with the hardest rock, glass smooth. How did they move these 1,000-ton? We would have a hard time moving them with our modern equipment. There were civilizations that were here and built things that we can't do today. But we like to think since we're Johnny-come-lately, we're the smartest in the universe. And we don't know much about those civilizations that have wiped themselves out with their high technology.
I wanted to find something that touched on yesterday's pyramid video, and I think this did it nicely about how a single civilization must have built all these pyramids because of what they have in common, but how they did it. It's almost impossible with the equipment that we have present day. And like you said, we think that we're so smart. This is just the smartest that we have been as our civilization. We don't know about previous civilizations, and I think that's a really cool thing to talk about. Today on madtakes.com, link is in the description as usual. We're doing Part of Your World, which is from the Little Mermaid ad lib. We have 4 nouns: pyramid, equipment, universe, technology. This is quite a long one, so we're going to see how it goes.
You may not be alone in your house. You may have trans-dimensional beings all over the place. You realize that there's theories out there in modern physics that suggest that there's multiple different dimensions. I think string theory talks about 12 dimensions. And so we're aware of our dimension. So does that mean it's possible that where we live, that there's other beings that exist within the same space as we do, but they operate on a different timeline or a different makeup altogether? I thought about this the other day when I was looking at the UFOs, or now called something aerial phenomenon. Sorry, I forgot the name. And I was wondering that, are they traveling across the galaxy, or are they just popping in from another dimension? Is somebody in my house right now sharing my same space? And are they the ones telling me to get all those late night snacks? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that we're living in a multi-dimensional existence?
Yes, 100%. Totally believe that. And then I think about it a little bit more, and you take like our plants and our animals and stuff like that, and you think if they're in a different spectrum of light, how does that affect their growth? What do the plants and animals and what do these beings even look like in different spectrums of light? Do they look the same as us? That's a whole new can of worms. I'm gonna have to look into that. That sounds like fun. Okay, so we got 4 more words. We got a verb ending in ing, being, plural, 2 plural nouns, dimensions and beings. I did that. And a verb, think. Excuse me for a moment. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you joining me for today's coffee talk. I hope you're having a good time. If you are, maybe you consider hitting that subscribe button and come back tomorrow, because I'm making a new video every day.
People are going to question what I'm about to say. What if some of that is so big it can't be moved? Big. So big they built a building over it in a country outside of the United States of America. I know that sounds preposterous, and I know, oh my God, you can just hear them now, the bleating debunkers. Let's see this investigated. Let's just see what happens. Let's test these allegations before the Congress. It's very, very easy for people to go, oh, there's no evidence, oh my goodness me, let's just go away and ignore it. Let's test it. We haven't even got there yet. You know, there's a whole cadre of supposed experts on social media who are saying it can't be, therefore it isn't. And that's been the default for so many years. It can't be, therefore it isn't. Imagine if what Mr. Grush is saying is true. Think about the implications of that. And imagine if, as I've just intimated to you, some of these objects are not capable of being moved because they're too bloody big. Let me just tell you this. I know exactly where it is.
My goodness. Do you think that's going to come to light?
One day.
One day.
Yeah. And it's really interesting because it's absolutely gobsmacking that it's being kept as a secret.
Jesus.
Imagine having an object that's so big, it's just not conceivable to move it.
I can't. I can barely even comprehend that.
Yeah. I thought it was bollocks when I heard it too, and most people listening to this will anyway. But, yeah, I mean, again, just an allegation, but one that I'm, assured should be taken seriously and hopefully will be being investigated by the Congress. Because again, where did the money come from? Was that money accounted for? The continued security and control of such an object for many decades. Who's paid for that? What programs have paid for that? Has that been disclosed to taxpayers? This is going to be a really fun inquiry if Congress starts doing its job.
That sounds about like something that the American government would do. All kinds of money funneling into concealing this crashed alien spacecraft for decades. I wouldn't put it past them. I want to know what you think. Do you think that there's an alien spaceship somewhere and we're slowly picking it apart, I guess, to do what? What's happening? We pulled a bunch of words out of there. We got the number 2, easy, imagine, implications, being, and having. There's a lot of words in this one, so we're just going to keep going.
And I would say I've heard 2027 in a kind of an official capacity I can't reveal. So I think I would say that people in the government are aware of something happening and that there's limited time, a few more years to prepare the people, and that's what's ramping up this acceleration from the previous 7 decades of not even acknowledging it to now we are acknowledging it at a faster and faster pace.
To the best of my understanding, Project Looking Glass was initiated, I believe, in the 50s. That's what he said, the last 7 decades. There's some nexus point where there's a huge awakening and we all transcend or ascend or whatever it is. And now it's looking like 2027. So this year we're going to have our fake alien invasion, and then something miraculous is going to happen in 2027 and we're all going to be enlightened? I don't know. All right. So we pulled some words out of there. Looking, glass, years, and previous.
I have a picture of one of the aliens been working for the United States Pentagon for the last 58 years. His name is Valiant 4. He's right here. There's my father in the background. This whole place, the ready room of the USS Eldridge, Al Bielek has probably explained, or maybe even shown you this picture. There's a list of some of the notable people in it. They're all the atomic bomb scientists of the day, all the time variant experimentalists of the day, all the top physicists of that particular day. This was in August of 1943. Now this guy has not changed one iota in 58 years. Started work, he came here, crashed here or whatever, whether he's under duress or not. He started work for our U.S. Navy and military operations in 1937, either 37 or 38 is what I've been told. So it's, for 58 years, this man's been employed, probably under duress. If you don't do as we say, we're just alien bait or something. I don't.
Okay, so this is Phil Snyder talking. As you know, Phil Snyder, he was a casualty for knowing too much. He supposedly died of asphyxiation. He did not. You know why he died. He knew too much, but he had actually lost limbs from going into a battle with the reptilians in Inner Earth. That sounds crazy, but research it. You'll see what I'm talking about. We have been led to believe, and we've been made to believe that we're just, all that kind of stuff is just, phony, and it's a hoax, and you're a kook if you believe in it. And you've been brainwashed to believe that growing up, that there's no such thing as this. There's no such thing as that. Well, there is. There's a such thing. And, it's obvious that something's going on. If this man, Valiant Thor, whatever his name is, if he worked for the government for this long and he hasn't aged, he's the ageless wonder, we know that he's not of human species at all. So who is he? And where is he now? Phil Schneider, he's been, he passed away a while back. So with that being said, what's really going on?
It's incredibly interesting how the more information comes out about a specific situation like aliens, the more defined that line becomes between reality and you're being brainwashed by the government. But in other situations, there's a lot of information and proof and evidence, and it just muddies it all up. You can't really tell what to believe in certain situations. I still believe aliens are real. Going there. All right, and our words: alien, people, inner Earth, and species.
In the early 1900s, a series of remarkable stone structures were discovered in remote locations around the world. These amazing artifacts, known as stone stargates, captivated the imagination of archaeologists, historians, and conspiracy theorists alike. Carved with intricate patterns and symbols, their true purpose remains shrouded in mystery. Ancient folklore, however, spoke of these stargates as devices used by civilizations from distant solar systems to travel across the cosmos. By the 1950s, almost all the stargates had vanished without a trace, fueling rumors of government cover-ups and hidden agendas. Some theorized that governments around the world systematically confiscated the stargates and concealed them in top-secret facilities. Their whereabouts remain unknown.
Those were some pretty cool looking pictures. I don't know how authentic they were, but that was pretty cool. That takes me back to Stargate SG-1. Some Richard Dean Anderson stuff right there. I know he used to be MacGyver, but I like him better as Jack O'Neill. But that was a great show. And I'm bringing out my inner nerd a little more every day. We got some good words there. Fueling, store, amazing, Stargate, travel, and vanish.
Yo, have y'all ever considered the fact that there may be an existing parallel universe? Yeah, me too. So let me share this story with y'all real quick. 2 days ago, from an anonymous source, a man reported seeing himself in public. Him and his wife were both visiting California for a vacation. Both were out eating, enjoying themselves. And suddenly, him and his wife both witnessed a person of similar features. The wife, who had a direct look at the person, said that it was him. She was stunned. Where the husband was sitting, he could only get a side view, but he said he could see himself as well. Wife went on to describe the hair features, the physical features, same hairstyle, head dent inherited from his dad, everything that the husband had. It wasn't him because he was sitting directly in front of her. Even the way that he walked, exactly the same. The couple was left shocked. So it does leave you to wonder. And to add on to the story, last year, May 2021, NASA discovered evidence and information proving that we may indeed have an existing parallel universe. Along with the declassified CIA documents, there may be a universe parallel to ours. But they know if they don't tell us the truth, it will come out. Trust me, in due time, we will see. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments.
While I don't find it impossible to believe that there are parallel universes, I do find it a little improbable that NASA found proof of existence of a parallel universe. I don't think we'd be able to see it. That's not how it works. We got universe, parallel, document, hair, and look.
Time even real. A recent series of experiments indicate that the human body can detect events that have happened before they occur. We would call this presentience. They've got a new term for this, predictive anticipatory activity. If you can think of time as a flow, just like the flow of a river, if we were to put a post in the center of the river, that post would represent a significant emotional event. When the flow hits that post, it will create ripples. Some of those ripples occur upstream before the post is reached by the water. Scientists believe this is the way the program of time works. Emotionally significant events, they create ripples that move backward in space-time and precede the event before it ever even happens, sometimes by moments, sometimes by days, sometimes by weeks.
I personally have zero knowledge except for what we just watched together. That is completely new to me. I think that is really, really neat. And I'm interested to learn a little bit more about that. Speaking of, I'm going to apologize in advance for today's Mad Takes. It's really long. And it's basically the song from Little Mermaid. So forgive me. Look at this pyramid, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the equipment who has everything? Look at this universe, treasures untold. How many wonders can one technology hold? Being around here, you'd think, sure, she's got everything. I've got dimensions and beings aplenty. I've got who's its and what's its galore. You think thingamabobs? I've got two. But who cares? No easy deal. I imagine more. I want to be where the implications are. I want to see him being, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet. Having your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for looking. No, they're not. Dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Glass. Strolling along down the glass. Up where your years previous, up where years run, up where years stay all day in the sun. Wandering free, I wish I could be part of that alien. Or what would I give if I could live out of these people? What would I pay to spend a day warm on the sand? Betcha on inner earth they understand. They don't reprimand their species. Bright young women, sick of fueling, ready to stand. And ready to know what the stone know. Ask him amazing questions and get some answers. What's a stargate? And why does it, what's the word? Travel. How cool that went together like that. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I vanish to explore that universe up above? Out of parallel document. Wish hair could be. Look of that time. That wasn't too bad. I'm not going to sing it. Well, thanks for sticking around. I had a lot of fun. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Here's my cutting room floor. 3, 2, 1. Welcome. Hey, no. Welcome. Bright young women sick of fueling. Pump your own gas. Let's watch some stuff. Let's watch some stuff. Let's watch some stuff. You've been brainwashed by the government. You've been brainwashed by the government. Brainwashed by the government. Brainwashed by the government. Go with what you believe. Creepy and conspiracy. 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 I'm talking too loud. Yes. 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 Oh my God. You know, you just don't know. These things obviously survive in our, like trees. I'm all looking outside. You can't see me looking outside. Absolutely. 100% believe it. Let me know what you think. I want to know what you think. What do you think? What are your thoughts on this? I'd like to know what you think. What do you think about that? I mean, I believe it. I think that I wouldn't put it. I don't believe it, but I don't disbelieve it. Yeah.